Welcome to Coaches Weekly. I'm CJ Sellner here with head softball coach Sarah O'Malley-Fisher. Coach, well, it's been a while since we've gotten to have the conversation, get to talk about your team. It was an interesting year. You had to battle a lot of different things last year, but this team gets to get started finally tomorrow, under 24 hours till first pitch. How excited are you, first off?
It's really kind of surreal. It's a little different this year than it was last year, just because I think we had COVID that was really a big part of all this. And so our kids have done a really good job of keeping that in mind and preparing the best way we can. So we'll see how it works tomorrow.
I know when we talked to you about how you kind of changed up how you did things this preseason, a lot of different drills, different kind of style of how you even run all the preseason. How has that kind of worked out for your team and kind of prepared them for first pitch tomorrow afternoon?
Well, I think it definitely has a different mental mindset with it. It's reevaluating, like as a coaching staff, we decided we were going to reevaluate how we did our practices, what actually entailed in it, what we did with bullpens, those types of things, to try to be a little bit more competitive and have more of a game-like experience from the get-go. I'm not sure how it will play out. We'll find out tomorrow, but in the same sense, it's been really fun and it's been exciting because we've really tried to challenge them in different ways and tried to incorporate more things. And the weightlifting has been a big thing for us this year. We revamped all of that, and I think our kids are stronger and a little healthier, and we've incorporated more cardiovascular into, which I think is something we've really struggled with the last few years, especially with COVID. So I think hopefully that will help us be able to be strong as the season goes on and have our legs underneath us come the end of the conference season versus just the beginning.
How has it been? I know that you have a lot of returners onto this year's team. Like, how has it been to have that kind of group that has bought into what you've done for years, to have that change and help kind of guide people to be successful throughout this preseason?
I think their buy-in with new routines was important. At first, I think they were a little skeptical because it was something we didn't do before, but because they trust what we do and they trust in the coaching staff and what we've built with the program, at least, I think that gave them an opportunity to kind of lead our younger kids and really try to refocus. I think our younger kids missed out, especially our sophomore class. It wasn't a typical year last year, so getting them involved and understanding what it was like to be a part of a college program where it's normal was important. So having that buy-in is huge, and those 6 seniors that we have are a big instrumental part of where we are today.
Now, you and your team play Lake Forest tomorrow, then you head to Florida for one of the highlights of the year every year, getting to play a bunch of games down there. First time since COVID, so I'm sure that's kind of weighing on everybody's mind. But how do you kind of keep this group energized from the jump? Obviously, it's real easy when you get to Florida. Those first couple of games, it's real easy. But now when you get to games 6, 7, 8, how do you keep this group engaged and ready to go?
Well, we've reevaluated what some of our program philosophies have been a little bit, and we've had the players really kind of dictate and kind of decide what our goals are going to be, and we've tried to separate them into different sections of the season. So they have certain goals that they want to try to accomplish over spring break to prepare us for our conference season, which is important. And yeah, spring break, it'll be a lot of fun to kind of see where they're at, but I think they're very realistic goals for them. It's all about changing their effort, their energy, and their enthusiasm, and what they need to do to keep that up. We can be cheerleaders as coaches, but we can't play the game anymore, and so we need the girls to really have that understanding of what those things are. So
I'm not convinced that they'd strike you out, though, if we put you in the batter's box.
I don't know. It's been a really long time. I was just having that discussion before. It's been a really long time. I think the athletes, I think athletes that played when I was playing, it was just different. It was a different game. It was a different time. I think these athletes are just much more physically in shape. They're just the way they play the game is different. Even though the game is the same, it's just a tad bit different, so it would be okay. But the ironic part about when we go down to Florida is we go play on the exact same field that we ended in 2020. And I didn't know that. It didn't dawn on me. It was our girls that saw that. So when they're looking at something like that and they're seeing the excitement of how we ended that, even though we had struggled a little bit that week, and that's what spring training is for them to realize that we get to go back and kind of start it there again, I think that's kind of cool for them. You know, it's a great thing. Doesn't mean the results will be the same, but the effort will be, and the memories will be, and that's important.
Well, Coach, pack your sunscreen. It's going to be warm. It's going to be warm. Cougar fans, CUC starts the season tomorrow against Lake Forest in Rosemont, and then they head to Florida for their Florida trip swing. If you can't make it to the games, you can find all the live links at cucougars.com/coverage. For head coach Sarah O'Malley-Fisher, I'm CJ Sellner. Thank you for watching Coaches Weekly.